Hi you guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Patience. To my existing subscribers, welcome back. If this is your first time here, be sure to click that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can continue to indulge in the Hot Bella experience. In today's video, I am going to be creating this gorgeous contoured eye look using the Patrick Ta Major Dimension eyeshadow palette. There has been a lot of conversation going on in the beauty community about this palette, and this is what this palette actually looks like. There are 12 shades in this palette, and of those 12 shades, 2 of them are cream shades. These 2 shades right here. These are cream eyeshadows. And Patrick Ta gave us these 2 cream eyeshadows because a part of his makeup technique is he mixes those 2 formulas together, meaning he uses a powder and a cream at the same time. In doing so, you can get that really soft but yet contoured type of look. I didn't know what to think about this palette at first. I knew that it was beautiful. I loved how it looked. But again, with all the conversation or the buzz that was going on, oh, this palette looks like an ABH palette, or this palette looks like a Natasha Denona palette. But honestly, when I think about that, I am a makeup enthusiast, and I can tell you right now, I've got multiple shades of blues in my makeup collection. All of those different blues being in various different palettes. I've got all different shades of greens, all different shades of purples, all different shades of browns. So if you are a makeup enthusiast, there is a huge probability that you're going to have repeat shades or similar shades in different palettes in your collection. It doesn't make that shade any less beautiful to you. It's just that you've got something similar that you can use. So this palette is no different. I did go onto the Sephora website just to kind of see how this palette was ranked. And that was very interesting because I found that this palette actually ranked higher than the Zendu palette from Natasha Denona on the Sephora website. It also ranked higher than the Natasha Denona Glam palette on the Sephora website. The rating or rank was equal to the Natasha Denona Bronze palette. So, you know, it's just one of those things. I think that your makeup, especially your eyeshadow look, should jive with whatever it is that you have going on at that moment. If you're looking for a more subtle look and you want your eyes to be gently contoured, but you still want a little bit of shimmer, shing, shing in it, you're going to get that from this palette. It's going to give you that gorgeous look, and you're still going to have some of that shine in there. It's going to do its job. It's going to do what it's made to do. So if you guys would like to see how I created this eye look using the Patrick Ta Major Dimension eyeshadow palette, then keep watching. My face has been cleansed, and I used my Elemis Rehydrating Ginseng Toner to tone my face. I then followed up with my fresh black tea kombucha facial essence. I then used my Confidence in a Cream from IT Cosmetics to moisturize my face. And to prime my face today, I used the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Primer. So I'm ready to start with my brows. And the reason why I'm starting with my brows undone today is because I'm actually using a product from Patrick Ta for my brows. And the brow product that I'm using is the Patrick Ta Major Brow Wax. This is the tinted version of this product. It's also available in a clear version. And this is what this product looks like. When I first tried using this product, I did not like it, or I was just confused on what to do with it. I didn't know what to do with it. So I think that was the reason why I had in my mind that I did not like it. However, YouTube is awesome for learning how to use different products. So I found a YouTube video where it actually explained the best way to use this product. I tried that, and ever since then I've been loving it. So I'm going to use it today to get my brows done. I'm going to use this simple spoolie right here. And what I do is I take a little squirt of my setting spray or even of my MAC Fix Plus. So today I've got my MAC Fix Plus handy, so I'm going to use this. I'm just going to squirt this just to wet it a little bit. I'm then going to swirl around in this wax, and I'm going to get it onto the spoolie. And I am going to start to brush up my brows here. And I'm going to do this before I actually fill them in. I'm going to be using my eyebrow pencil from Benefits. It's the Precisely My Brow eyebrow pencil, so I'll be using that to fill in. My brows are really sparse, and you can see that I've got brow hairs on this side, but I have very little brow hairs here, so I really do have to do a lot to get my brows to look the way that I want them to. But this Major Brow Tinted Wax from Patrick Ta has been helping me to get these brows together. So once I've got it shaped the way that I want it to be shaped here, like so, I flip this little spoolie applicator around and I just take it right across to commit or to set to that, and that's going to keep those brow hairs from moving. So I'll be able to fill them in the way that I want to. So I'm done filling in my brows, and I'm going to use my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I'm also going to use my MAC 242 brush, and I'm going to clean up my brows. My brows are done. I have a video already that shows you guys how I fill in my brows using my Benefits Precisely My Brow eyebrow pencil, and also how I use my concealer to shape them up. So I'll be sure to link that in the iCard so you can check that out if you have not done so already. And I used my P. Louise eyeshadow base to prep my lids today for this look. I'm going to use this shade right here. This shade is called Divine, and I'm going to use this as my brow bone highlight. I am now going to use one of the cream shadows in this palette. And I'm going to use this shade right here. This shade is called Lady. It's the lighter of the two cream shades. And I am going to apply this as I would a transition shade. So I'm really curious to see how this cream performs. And even more so, I want to see how these two shades show up on my skin complexion. Now I'm using a fluffy brush for this because I want this to be more of a transition for me. I think I'm going to use the darker shade of this cream as well. So this is just giving me a nice base for right now. Has more of a cooler tone to it, or a cooler hue. So this would be more of a cooler brown, light brown. But it's going on really easily. I'm not encountering any skippage, if that makes sense. It's not, you know, it's going on really, really smooth. So that's really nice, really soft, very soft. I'm gonna use my same brush. Just gonna wipe off whatever cream I have on this brush. This is a MAC 224, I believe it is, that I'm using, a MAC 224. I'm gonna go into this deeper shade here, and I'm just gonna see what this does. I'm gonna use this in the same manner as I did this shade, which is Lady. This is a lighter shade, but just gonna deepen it up just a little bit. Again, it's creamy, it's gliding onto my eye, but it's not creamy to the point where I feel like it's moving around. It's definitely sticking to my lid, but the application of this cream is really smooth. I'm now going to use this shade right here. This shade is called Mother, and I am going to place this in my crease area right on top of where I have applied the cream. That's really pretty. That's really, really pretty. And this powder, this matte shade, is going on top of this cream without any problems. I'm now going to use the deepest shade in this palette. That's this shade right here. This is a matte shade, and I am going to place this on my outer V. And I'm also going to sweep it into the crease. I've done my little half cut crease type situation that I always do, and I'm going to go back into this shade right here. This shade is called Scandal, and I'm going to use this to soften up the edges just a little bit. Actually, I think I changed my mind. I'm doing a little bit of softening using the Scandal. I think I want to bring a little bit more of the shade Mother back into this look. That's this shade right here. So I'm going to go into this one and I'm going to use this to soften up the areas where I've carved out the lid just a little bit. I'm going to use this shade right here. I'm going to start with the inner corner of my eye and work my way out. And I don't use my fingers to apply any of my eyeshadow, so I'm going to use my silicone applicator to apply this shade. I have not used my silicone applicator in a while, so it was time to pull it out. Very nice. I'm going to go back into Mother once again, and I'm going to do a little bit more blending just right here. And this shade right here is called Exquisite. I think I forgot to mention that to you guys before, but going back into Mother and just doing a little bit more blending so the Mother and the Exquisite come together just a little bit more on my lid. I'm now going to use this shade right here. This shade is called Lavish. I'm going to put a little bit of this on my mobile lid as well, right where the Exquisite and the Mother come together. I want to brighten that up just a little bit. So I'm going to use my silicone applicator again. I'm just going to use the cleaner side here, and I am going to apply this like right on the center lid. Play around with this to have just a little fun to see what it does. That did give a little bit more brightness in there. I'm going to go back into the palette again, and I'm going to use this shade right here. This shade is called Opulence, and I'm going to add that into the inner corner of this look. And I think I'm going to drag it upward just a little bit. So it'll be in the true corner here. I want to lighten this inner corner just a little bit. I'm going to go back into Mother again, and I am going to use a smaller blending brush, and I'm just going to add a little bit more right up in this area, right in here. This is the area where I've had to manipulate my natural crease line, so just trying to add a little bit more of this color back into this look. This eye look is coming together pretty well. This is a very soft glam look in my opinion. I'm going to go ahead and add my liner and my lashes. I'm also going to finish off my complexion, and I'll be right back. My complexion is done, and I am going to now smoke out my waterline, and I'm going to use a combination of Mother and Scandal. These are the darkest two matte shades in this palette, and I'm going to add just a little bit of smoke to my waterline. So I'm using the darkest shade first, and then I'll go in with Mother, which is the lighter of the two shades. And I'm going to use this shade right here. This shade is called Abundance, and I still want to add a little bit more brightness into this inner eye area. I still haven't found that just yet, so I'm looking for something to brighten that up. I think that may have lightened me up in the inner corner just a little bit. It is now time for lips, and I am going to line my lips with this MAC lip pencil. This is in the shade Chestnut, and I'm going to be using this nude lipstick from Juvia's Place, and this is in the shade Lady. Love this shade of lipstick. And this look is done. The Patrick Ta Major Dimension eyeshadow palette is a nice palette. If you like a good neutral to warm eyeshadow look that's not going to be too overpowering, that's going to be very flattering on the eyes and still give you a little bit of shimmer if that's what you're looking for, this could be the palette for you. The fact that this palette also has cream eyeshadows in it makes it very unique, and the cream eyeshadows themselves perform very, very well. I believe that these cream eyeshadows could potentially be used on their own, which would give you a whole new dimension of eye look. I'm so glad to add this palette to my collection, and I look forward to creating more beautiful and stunning looks using this Patrick Ta Major Dimension eyeshadow palette. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye-bye.